Hi, I'm Lawrence Keller, and I teach IPC, Interpersonal Communication here at LT. I've been teaching here since 2005, and I got my Bachelor of Arts from SUNY Plattsburgh, a Master of Fine Arts from Florida State University, and a Master's in Education from Roosevelt University. IPC is one of the most misunderstood classes, I think, at LT, and one of the biggest misunderstandings is that the course focuses mostly on public speaking and speech delivery. Yeah, that is a component of the course, but it's probably only about 20 to 25% of what we do. So what else do we do? The first couple of weeks, we'll lay a foundation for what makes a good communicator. What are the barriers to good communication? We talk a lot about nonverbal communication and noise. For example, you may be assuming that I have an interest in theater based on what's behind me, and you'd be right. This is just one example of a nonverbal message you're receiving. Likewise, my thinning hair might indicate my age. I say this because students are often unaware of all the messages that they're sending to the world without even realizing it. Likewise, noise can also be a barrier that prevents us from really hearing the other person. Yes, there's a common idea of noise, such as construction or a dog barking, but more often noise, it's the inner thoughts that can be in our head that prevent us from hearing the other person, or a personal bias we may have where we tune someone out. For example, you may be thinking, how long is this guy going to babble on? Or, well, I'm glad I didn't have to go all the way to LT to hear this. These thoughts that pop into our head often prevent us from really hearing one another. And I'll often illustrate this by asking the students if they've ever been on a phone call with somebody, and while that other person's been talking for 5 minutes or so, they've completely lost track of what's been said. And we've all done that. So then we'll spend about 4 weeks working on speech delivery, focusing on eye contact, incorporating gestures, getting rid of some habits that haunt all of us, whether that be weight shifting, articulation, varying our voice, or even just sounding like a real person rather than a robot delivering a speech for a grade. The next unit explores the challenges of collaboration and group work and how we can resolve conflict. Then we're going to focus on challenges of personal bias. I'll challenge them to look at their own personal lens to see what brought them to the way they view the world as they do, and how that might be a challenge in navigating today's world where there can be a lot of conflict. The final unit will delve into media, from social media to mass media, and how they are both receivers and deliverers of messages in our technological age. The remote situation that we find ourselves in can make this a little bit more challenging. And to help that, I strongly encourage all the students to keep their cameras on, if possible, and also to find ways to focus on the class for the time we're together. Sometimes I'll suggest that if they have earphones or a headset, that can minimize distraction that might be going on in the house. And perhaps most importantly, when they're not in class, if they can find times to get away from a screen, whether that's time with family, bicycling, walking a dog, or even a walk outside, it's the best way I found to find the energy we all need when we are in class. If you have any questions or concerns about anything, I encourage you to contact me. My email address is lkeller@d204.lths.net. Again, that's lkeller@d204.lths.net. Thank you for taking the time to view this, and congratulations, you made it to the end.